on Saturday night, it'll be the championship game, as the winner of this game will take on the winner of a game that's being played simultaneous to this one at Sayre. Wellsboro and Sayre are playing, and they'll meet on Saturday night at Mansfield University. Canton comes into the game with a record of 12-9. An unusual season for the Canton Warriors. If you look at the Canton schedule, they started out, I believe, 2-6 on the season, and that's quite understandable because pretty much leading into the start of the season, they didn't have a basketball team. Quite simple, Canton didn't have a basketball team because 2/3 of the players, and with their coach as well, they were still on the football field. As so many of the Canton basketball players are football players, and the football team made it to the state Class A semifinals. So basically, when football season ended, they had 2 practices, and that was it to get to the start of the season. So not a surprise that they started out with a little bit of trouble. But Canton has finished the season strong. Canton has won 6 of their last 7 games and really are in a good position, but they still have to take on a team that has set the record this season, 21-1, and if you believe the Pittsburgh Tribune standings, they are the #1 ranked team in 3A high school basketball in the state of Pennsylvania. Now the Max Prep poll that they have, that has Mansfield listed as the 12th ranked team in the state with their record of 21-1. So a big gap, a big difference there. I know the Tribune poll goes more on one-loss record, and the other poll factors in some other teams, because the Max Prep poll actually has as their #1 team in the state a team whose record is 10-9, and that's the Speed Boys of West Catholic High School in Philadelphia. So a lot of deviation there, but at any rate, at some point in time, as the playoffs progress, Mansfield could meet West Catholic High School. But tonight and Saturday night, it's just the NTL Showdown for bragging rights, final bragging rights in the NTL. Mansfield equaled a record that had been set 20 years ago. Nobody in the last 20 years had gone undefeated in the regular season from start to bottom until Mansfield equaled the Elkland boys basketball team of 2002, coached by Mr. Eggleston. As we wind down for the national anthem and then the alma mater, and then we'll have the start of the game. Of course, no JV game tonight, just varsity game only. And right now they'll have the NTL disclaimer. And then we'll have the national anthem. And
racial or sexist comments, or other inappropriate actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or other spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the said competition. Violations of the NTL Code of Conduct may result in suspension from all other NTL contests. We appreciate your interest in our athletic programs and our student athletes. Enjoy the game. Please stand for playing our national anthem and remain standing in our line.
So ready for the starting lineups for tonight's game. As we said, the Canton Warrior team made up with a lot of football players. So you know that Canton will be seasoned because of just all the football playoff games that these players have competed in. Canton starting lineup: Hunter Brackman at guard, Weston Bellows. Weston is the high scorer for Canton. He's an all-state football player and a seasoned veteran. Austin Allen, another member of the Canton football team, Ben Fitch as well, and then Kyle Kopachak. And now the Mansfield lineup, and you'll notice that Sam Lawrence is not in the starting lineup again tonight. Sam suffered that deep thigh bruise and contusion in his leg, and he did not even suit up for the last game of the season against Athens. He is in uniform tonight, but he's not going to start, and probably if they absolutely need him, then maybe he'll play, but if they don't, then save him for Saturday night. Saturday night, if you win tonight. Canton has designs on heading to Decker Gym at Mansfield University on Saturday night. Canton will be in their all-red uniforms. Mansfield in their home whites. These teams met once during the regular season, and in that game, it really was not a difficult one for Mansfield. Mansfield beat Canton 54-29. But as we said, that was right before things turned around, and Canton got their season really turned around. In fact, Canton's only loss was to Sayre, 47-45 in overtime in their last 7 games. So here we go, Brody Burley to jump center, and Canton does win the opening tip. Kyle Kopachak did it, but Carson Dominic gets the steal. Dominic turned away in the corner by Allen. 3-point shot there does not go. Andrew Green fought for the rebound, but lost it away to Kopachak, and here come the Warriors. Weston Bellows, all-state running back and the leading scorer on the basketball team. They work it inside, but double team there is Brackman, and he steps on the line. Of course, as we say every game at Mansfield High School, there just is not much room between the end line and the wall, separating the entrance to the gym from the hallway or the lobby. And he hit that end line and turned the ball over. Dominic, who scored his 1,000th point about a week ago, a little over a week ago. He did it before the Athens game. Cooper Shaw back over to Alex Davis. Mansfield very patient in the early going. Not usually quite this patient in the early going. They usually try to play an up-tempo style, but tonight they've slowed it down a bit. Cooper Shaw back outside to Davis. Davis with a good pump fake, gets it back to Andrew Green. Andrew Green's three-pointer is perfect. Andrew Green, nothing but nylon. Andrew getting the start in place of Sam Lawrence. Andrew, one of the top golfers in the NTL. Nice turnaround jumper there by Kyle Kopachak. And they're going to need those scores in the paint. And there's Davis into Burley. Burley doesn't take the shot, back over to Green. Another three for Andrew. Andrew Green coming out and lighting it up. Mom and Dad have a smile on their face in the stands after those first 2 Green bombs. Here's Bellows. Almost stolen away by Burley. There's a long cross-court pass. 3-point shot goes up by Brackman. No good. Rebound to Burley. Mansfield can score in bunches. There goes Carson Dominic with his spin move. And Dominic, he's working on his second 1,000th points. And just like that, it's 8-2 already. Missed shot there, but coming right back and getting the rebound and putting it in is Kopachak. Kopachak scores, and it's now 8-4. Alex Davis out front. Green's going to try another one, his third one. That does not go. And we're going to have our first foul of the game. Brody Burley fouls. Weston Bellows, a good sportsmanship as Brody helps pick Weston up. Boy, if Andrew would have made that shot, we would have known he would have been sizzling tonight. Steal there by Burley. Burley up to Alex Davis. Davis goes right in, no whistle. Following the play up is Carson Dominic. Carson's always hustling, and he gets the easy layup, 10-4. And Davis almost with a steal. There goes Green. Andrew picks it up, gets it back to Dominic, and 2 more points. We've seen this a lot this season. Mansfield scores in bunches. Coach Kitchen may want to think about a timeout because we've seen these games slip away from other teams. Long three-pointer taken outside the arc. Nothing but net there by Ben Fitch, and now a timeout by Coach Kitching. Coach Kitching, the offensive coach for the Canton football team. And he calls a 30-second timeout to get his players to play some defense. Because Mansfield, we've seen this all year where they just score almost like in waves. They'll looks like they're struggling offensively, and then pow, they just dive right in there, and the next thing you know, they already got 12 points, and we're not even 4 minutes into the game. Now, this game will have no bearing on the district seeding. We'll talk about the district seeding, but it will have no bearing on the district seeding for either Canton or Mansfield, Wellsboro or Sayre, or any of the girls' teams that are playing on the girls' bracket either. It's just really a bridge between the regular season and the playoffs, because there's that week gap in between, which sometimes is filled by makeup games if you had a lot of bad weather. But if you did, it sets up nicely for the showdown. Here's Cooper Shaw. Cooper right in the middle, picks up his dribble, gets it back to Dominic. Dominic feeds Green. Green from the corner. Andrew misses that one. Dominic gets the rebound back to Burley. Burley gets it to Shaw. Cooper Shaw's shot doesn't go. Dominic hustles for the rebound, puts up his jumper, and Carson scores again. He's got 8. The quarterback of the football team, scoring 8 already for the North Penn Mansfield basketball team. Here's Bellows. Bellows has got to pop a 3. That goes off the rim, no good, but right underneath, saying thank you very much, is Hunter Brackman. Brackman gets the score, and they cut it to 5, 14-9 Tigers. Biggest lead of the game was 8. Here's Green. And Andrew, after making those first 2 shots, has missed his next 3. Looking to cut it under 5. Austin Allen, back to Bellows. Weston over to Ben Fitch. Fitch over in the corner. Inside they go to Austin Allen. Back to Bellows. Working it over to Fitch. As Canton trying to, looks like a 2-3 zone that the Tigers are in now. They shifted 2-1-2. Shifting out of that 2-3. And again, very patient offense here. Bellows into the lane. Jump shot there by Fitch off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Cooper Shaw. Back over to Dominic. Carson already with 8. Into the front court. Puts up his jumper. That's off the rim. No good. Burley rebound. Back to Dominic. Dominic puts the rebound up. And just like that, Carson Dominic. He's got 10 points. He's sitting on a big one. And there's a steal by Burley. Works it up to Alex Davis. And Alex, they just leave him wide open, and Alex just walks right in, and that's not going to sit well with Coach Kitchen over there. As the Red Seas parted, and Alex Davis said, "Thank you very much." And the second timeout being taken now by the Warriors. But a good idea. I mean, sometimes these games can be won and lost in the first quarter, and it's nice to have 3 or 4 timeouts left for the fourth quarter, but sometimes you've got to burn those timeouts when you need them, and they need them right now in the first quarter to stay relevant because it's a 9-point game already. And Mansfield not having too much trouble with their scoring. Now, this will not be our last broadcast of North Penn Mansfield basketball. We will have a game. We believe it'll be next Thursday night. The first game of the districts will be on the home court of the top 4 seeded teams. Mansfield has the number 1 seed. They'll be playing the Spartans of Hughesville High School next. We believe it'll be Thursday night, but we're not positive. But we will have that game for you on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network next Thursday night or Wednesday night. And right out of the timeout, Mansfield gets another steal. Alex Davis gets another basket, and it could be one of those nights for the Canton Warriors. Mansfield all for a whole week, not missing a beat right now. That's why they've lost 1 game all year. There's a steal by Brody Burley over to Dominic. Carson drives right in. They let him go right in for the layup, and he gets the basket. He gets a foul, and he's got 12 points already. That's the first foul. Personal foul is going to be called on Bellows. That's Weston's first foul, first team foul on Canton. And Lance Rout now checks in. Or Root. There's Dominic. Carson's averaging 18.5 a game. He's already got 13. Canton has the numbers, but Mansfield gets back quickly on defense. Last minute of play in the quarter, and they do need something positive to happen. Thought about the shot was Allen. Allen doesn't take it. Kopacek puts it up, and he can't get the friendly roll. And Burley scoops up the rebound. Back over to Carson Dominic. Dominic up into the front court. Feeds it back outside to Alex Davis. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And what a quarter it's been. And there goes Brody Burley right in for the shot. Burley scores. Another Canton foul. And that foul is on number 40, Kopacek. He's got 4 points so far. And Brody, he looks to complete a 3-point play. Brody Burley does complete the 3-point play, and he's got 3. Down to the last 8 seconds. Canton trying to get the last basket of the quarter. They're not going to get it unless Bellows follows up quickly. He can't get it to go. And after 1 period, it's 25-9 in favor of NPM. North Penn Mansfield leads. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Blue Ridge Communications, last Saturday night, when one team in the NTL is hurting. Everybody who covers the NTL and is in the NTL is hurting as well. Last Saturday evening, Christine Hill Woodward, the wife of the Troy basketball coach, Bobby Woodward, was killed in a tragic car accident on Route 6. Christine was on her way back from the Troy Liberty basketball game when she was killed in a head-on crash. Woodward also played basketball at Mansfield University as well, where she was a 4-year member of the Mountaineer women's basketball program and appeared in 90 games over her career. Christine spent over 15 years with the Troy Area School District as an elementary teacher and also as an intermediate teacher. She was an active member of the booster clubs and was considered a mother figure of the students. Christine made a remarkable impact on the Troy community and was described as literal sunshine to be around. A tragic loss indeed, the loss of Christine Woodward, the wife of Troy basketball coach Bob Woodward, and our sympathies go out from Blue Ridge Communications to the Woodward family and friends, and also to everyone in the Troy community. Second quarter action with Mansfield already up in this game by 26-9 and controlling everything that's happened. Cade Krajewski and Andy Hermanson also are in the game now, but the problem for Canton is that Carson Dominic is still in the game, and he's got 15. 28-9 in the first game. Mansfield wants to get to Saturday night's portion of the showdown at Mansfield University. And right now, they're on their way to doing so. Bellows out front. Canton trying to find someone with a hot hand, and that goes in and out. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Carson Dominic. Yep. That'll be his first foul. First team foul. And we'll take our first timeout with a score 25-9 here in the early going of the second quarter. As we have 7 minutes to play in the quarter. And right now, the Tigers are just hitting on all cylinders. You thought maybe there'd be a little ring rust after being out since last Thursday, but they really used that week for R&R and to recuperate, and they're playing with a lot of pep in their step, vim and vigor tonight, because right now the Tigers in complete control. And now Coach Burley needs to just keep them focused for the task at hand for the remainder of this game, and then look towards the game on Saturday night. We're hoping we might be able to get a score on the Sayre-Wellsboro game if possible. Certainly if we can get that, we will pass it on to you. Inbound play goes into Kopachak, and that ball's almost stolen away. Deep into the corner. And the ball's stolen away. Here's Alex Davis missing the shot, but Burley's right there for the follow-up and the rebound. Mansfield is just beating Canton to the punch and getting these rebounds and then getting the uncontested layups. They really are running the court full tilt. They're putting the pressure on the Andy Hermanson in the game, gets it over to Andrew Green. Nice jump shot there by Cooper Shaw, but he can't get it to click. And that personal foul works against number 3, Alston Allen, his first foul. And right off the inbounds pass, they work it into the paint to Dominic and Carson with a turnaround jumper. Carson right now with 17 points out of the 32. He's ready to hit his season average here with one more basket. He could be putting up Davian Hill of St. John Newman numbers here before tonight's game's all over with. Three-point shot, and Cooper Shaw, the talented sophomore, says, I'll put that up 35-9. And Coach Kitchen's going to clear his bench already right now. Maybe he's hoping Kipper might do the same. 5 subs ready to come in for Canton. Here goes Bellows. Bellows puts one up hard, can't get it to go. Green gets the rebound. Here comes Dominic. Brody Burley deep underneath, has his pass stolen away by Bellows. Canton hasn't scored for about the last 8 minutes here. They've been in a bit of a scoring drought. And they came in, as we said, having won 7 of 8 games. Carson clicks it over to Green. Green wide open. He hit those first 2 threes. That one airballed. And the ball comes out to Ben Fitch. Fitch goes in 1-on-2, and he can't get it to fall. Coach Kitchen kind of just shrugging his shoulders on the bench, saying, I'm glad we're not going to run into these guys since Canton is a double-A team. Alex Davis thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Back out to Cooper Shaw, wide open. Shaw misses his 3, and it looks like we have Andrew Green going over the back. And I believe we do have Andrew going over the back, and that'll be his first foul. Andrews picked up the playing time after the injury to Sam Lawrence. So a whole new set of numbers we got to look at for Canton. It looks like Quincy Wisniewski comes in. Also into the game now is Wesley Castle. In with Lance Rout. Lance was in very briefly. And Carson just picks the pocket and goes right in, and he's got 19. And it's 37-9. Driving right in, though, but missing the shot was Raiden Lyon. Lyon missed the shot. Here goes Carson Dominic again. Dominic controlling this game. Back to Davis. Back over to Andrew Green. Green back over to Dominic. Dominic cross-court pass to Davis. Works it back to Andrew Green. Back to Dominic. Dominic puts it up. Dominic scores again. And now they hit him with a backcourt violation as he just didn't get across the front court before accepting the pass. And I honestly didn't think we might be looking at a mercy rule situation tonight, but unfortunately that could be the case as the lead's at 30 right now. Hopefully Canton can cut it to under 30 so we don't have the mercy rule right at the start of the second half. I suspect Coach Burley will have a lot of the starters out there come the beginning of the second half. Loose ball on the court. There's a jump ball, and Canton does get the possession arrow. So by our count, Canton did not score in the last 3 minutes of the first quarter, and they're working on the first 6 minutes here of the second quarter. So let's see if we can't get a basket for the Warriors here. Wesley Castle over to Quincy Wisniewski. Ball stolen away by Burley. Burley to Dominic. It's been the Carson Dominic show, no doubt about that so far. And actually, Andrew Green had the first 2 baskets. There goes Alex Davis underneath to Green. Andrew doesn't take the shot, back over. They get the ball to Dominic. Carson goes up. He's fouled on the play, and he'll go to the free throw line. That's the only thing he hasn't done, get some foul shots. Dominic's foul shot is good. Is no good, I should say. And it looks like the starting unit is coming back onto the court. And the reserves really did a nice job there. They had a couple balls stolen away, but all in all, they did a nice, respectable job. And the Canton faithful behind the Canton team justifiably give them a nice round of applause because they were put in a tough situation. They were definitely put in a tough situation. Breaking the press nicely and going right in, getting the hoop there. It's a nice basket for Kyle Kopachak. Kopachak scores 40-11. Here's Davis. Davis goes in. Back over to Dominic. Dominic right. Oh, he thought he was going in for the layup, but he passed it off. And now Alex Davis goes right in, puts it up too hard. But rebound comes back to Carson. Carson can't get it to go, but the offensive rebound to Cooper Shaw. Shaw can't get it to go. And Carson tried to save that one and hit the back end of the backboard, but they're still able to get the rebound. Working it into the front court to Alex Davis. 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Dominic over to Shaw. Shaw being played by Hunter Brackman. There's the ball that's knocked away out of bounds. And with 54 seconds to go, there goes Davis into the paint, turns around, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Brackman. Brackman's long cross-court pass comes down to Allen. Allen's jump shot, good. Austin Allen with a nice moving basket. So back-to-back scores here for the Warriors and the Alex Davis all the way in, backs it over to Andy Hermanson. Hermanson seeing time with the varsity squad here. Andy had those 2 great free throws in the guts of the game against Athens last week. Holding for the last shot, 6 seconds to go. Here goes Davis right in, misses it. Cade Krajewski had his rebound blocked away. And so Canton finishes there with kind of a good solid run there, getting the last 4 points of the quarter, and it's 40-13 at the end of the first half. So at the end of the half, it is 40-13. We're probably going to take just a we're going to take a little break right now. We're going to come back and give you the breakdown for North Penn Mansfield on the District 3A playoff seedings as they pertain to what's going to happen starting next week. But we'll take care of that piece of business in just a little bit, and we'll come back on with about 3 minutes to go prior to the start of the second half. Score at the half, 40-13 in favor of the Mansfield Tigers. All right, we're back with you here on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network with a score 40-13 at halftime. Very quickly, here are the scoring totals at halftime for Canton. 2 points for Hunter Brackman, 2 for Austin Allen, 3 for Ben Fitch, 6 for Kyle Kopachak. For Mansfield, 6 points for Andrew Green, 5 for Brody Burley, 4 for Alex Davis, 3 for Cooper Shaw, and oh, by the way, 22 points in the first half for Carson Dominic. So Carson right now is comfortably ahead in this game. But we'll see what happens in the second half. Canton's got some good quality athletes from football. They know they're not going to back down. They're not going to back down. But right now, here are the breakdown right now, the 8 teams that are in the 3A basketball playoffs. North Penn Mansfield's the #1 seed, and we'll have that game on Blue Ridge. They'll play next Thursday night, we believe. It could be Wednesday night, but they'll play Wednesday or Thursday against Hughesville. Wellsboro's the #2 seed. They will have a home game with Towanda. Troy's coming in at #3, playing with a heavy heart, but Troy will be hosting Warrior Run. And then Loyalsock's only a #4 seed this year, but they will play a home game with Southern Columbia. So that's the breakdown. North Penn Mansfield and Hughesville, Wellsboro, Towanda, Troy, Warrior Run, Loyalsock, and Southern Columbia. And if there's no upsets, that means North Penn Mansfield would play Loyalsock in the second game, and that could be a good one. And we'll just have to see where that game will be played, whether it be up at Varsity, whether it be down in Williamsport. I would imagine with Mansfield being the higher seed geographically, it would be up here somewhere in the northern tier, but we'll have to see that. Mansfield starts the second half with their starting lineup intact. Here's Cooper Shaw, back over to Alex Davis, back to Dominic. Dominic double teamed. It looks like Troy ramping up the defense here in the early going. Underneath, the ball comes back to Dominic. Dominic puts up a shot, and Carson now adds a three-point basket to his repertoire. He's got 25. And the lead now has hit 30. And I would assume from here on out we will be, unfortunately, under the mercy rule guidelines. And you can see the clock is running with the ball out of bounds. So mercy rule guidelines are in force right now. Here is Alex Davis. Davis back over to Andrew Green. Andrew Green back over to Cooper Shaw. Back on front to Davis out front. Alex thought about shooting it, gets it back to Dominic. Dominic underneath a wide open to Brody Burley. So not only can he score, he can pass, and Brody puts up 2 more. And it's 45-13. I know we want to have a quick shout out to our good friends down in Florida, Tom and Brenda. I know you're watching tonight down there. Denny and Ginger. You're enjoying the game so far by the Tigers. Mike out there in Indiana. Hopefully you're still with us tonight as the Tigers are dominating. Here's Bellows. Bellows drives all the way in, puts it up. Weston gets the basket to go. Weston Bellows gets his first basket of the game. He's the leading scorer, but he's, well, as most players, they've had some trouble finding the hoop tonight. Dominic uses the glass. Carson decides, we'll bank that one home. And the bank of Dominic open on a Thursday night in February for that deposit. Inside to Austin Allen. Jump shot there by Kopachak. Kopachak shot off the rim. Burley gets it to Dominic. Dominic to Davis. Mansfield in no hurry. Back over to Green. Working it back to Shaw. Working inside Andrew. feeds Burley. Burley was left open, and Brody gets his 9th point of the game on the feed from Andrew Green. 49-15. This has been one impressive performance by the Tigers tonight. And I think it was 2-2 at one point. Shot misses by Kopacek. Green gets the ball to Davis. Davis into the front court, back over to Shaw. Underneath is Andrew Green. He catches it and shoots it in the same motion. Wow. Andrew had been silent for a little bit on the board. Almost a steal by Davis, but he doesn't get the steal. But now Brody Burley gets the steal. Here comes Dominic. Dominic goes all the way, puts it up, and it does not go, but he'll go to the free throw line. They're going to call that apparently a non-shooting foul. Here goes Shaw. Shaw saves the pass. Ooh, then he got hit in the head. That was totally inadvertent, but he got hit in the head hard. Wow. Totally inadvertent hit there, but Cooper got whacked. He says he's okay, but Tigers are going to take a timeout. That was not intentional at all. That was purely accidental hit, but you know, he got popped pretty good on that one, unfortunately. I did get a couple texts from people asking already how to get tickets for the game on Saturday night. The game on Saturday night, you can purchase your tickets at the door at Mansfield University. That's where the tickets should be purchased, at Mansfield University. They'll be on sale at the main lobby. That's the only place to get the tickets, so tickets will be sold at the door for that game. Will it be round 3, Mansfield and Wellsboro? Will it be round 2, Mansfield and Sayre? As Sayre has, you think Carson Dominic's good, Sayre has the leading scorer in the NTL. So we could have an NTL showdown between the top 2 scorers. And a quick hi to our good friends Sally and Frank. They're enjoying the game down in Mansfield. And every time we say hi to Sally, I've always got to say, with Mansfield on their way to a victory tonight, 20% off your dine-in and carry-out order at your Mansfield Pizza Hut. That offer good after the game tonight, all day or all night tomorrow at your area Mansfield Pizza Hut in the downtown Mansfield Plaza. And off the inbound pass, laying another one in, Mr. Dominic. 53-15. Bellows works it over to the corner. They find Ben Fitch there. Now they work it back to Weston. Bellows puts up his jump shot. That won't go. Tough shooting night for Bellows. Here comes Dominic. Dominic all the way down. Getting it over to Carson again underneath the basket, and he stepped on the end line. And we do have a score to pass on to you. Our contacts are starting to work here. All the way from South Florida, we got a score for you. It's Wellsboro 25, Sayre 16 in the second quarter. Wellsboro 25, Sayre 16, as we work all outlets for you to get you the up-to-date information here on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network. 25-16, Wellsboro by 9. Here goes Davis into the front court. Back over to Burley. Burley finds Dominic again, and Carson has a shot blocked by Bellows, but Bellows got the body as well as the basketball. And Carson Dominic to the line with 29 points on the night. $30 points on the night. I know he scored in the high 30s a couple times, so we're not at a Carson Dominic all-time high yet. And we'll have to just see how long he stays in the game. 31 by our count. 2:07 to go in the quarter. Rapidly played quarter as we're now under the mercy rule guidelines. Back over to Bellows. Bellows to Austin, and Austin's fouled by Brody Burley. Long pass back to Bellows. Bellows, the all-state running back, still can't find the range. Misses that one, but Troy able to get the rebound. Austin Allen got it. Back to Weston Bellows. Cross-court pass goes to Allen. Looking to finish strong. Shot there, goes in. Three-point basket by Austin Allen. The third three-pointer by Troy. And he's got 5. Cade Krzyzewski comes in for Hermanson. And it appears Cooper Shaw seems all right. He's on the bench. Having a drink of water. Obviously, I would be very surprised if he would return to play tonight. Here's Burley. Burley thought about it. Now he works into the paint, puts up his shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Fitch. Fitch back to Allen. 24 seconds to go. And the steal by Andrew Green. Green leads Davis. Davis goes all the way in, tries to get it back to Green. Green to Dominic with 3 seconds to go. Carson throws one up, no good there. Krzyzewski can't control the tip. And the third quarter comes to an end with the score now 55-18. That's the third quarter in a row. Mansfield's held Canton to under double digits. 5 points for Canton in the quarter there, and 15 for the Tigers. One more quarter to go. And we'll play the fourth quarter under the mercy rule guidelines. So with North Penn Mansfield looking to face off against Hughesville next week, they're a team from the bottom end of the district, and we've seen those teams come in as lower seeds and do quite well. Thinking back the last 2 years, Wellsboro, we had the privilege of doing those games. 2 years ago, Mount Carmel came up, and they defeated Wellsboro. Then last year, it looked like we were going to have an overtime game, and Southern Columbia sunk that shot from half court to beat Wellsboro a year ago. So don't sleep on Hughesville. They've played a very competitive schedule, but we know Coach Burley will have that team ready to go. And not surprising to see what will happen Saturday night as well, as they'd like this miracle season continuing. They'd love to take that Showdown trophy home and put it in the Mansfield trophy case. Kopacek with the first basket of the quarter. Here's Andrew Green back over to Dominic. Dominic over to Davis. Davis gets the feed back, and he goes right in. Give and go from Brody Burley. Brody Burley to Alex Davis. Davis has 6. Allen thought about the shot, gets it over to Bellows. Bellows tipped away, gets it back to Allen. Allen shot no good. Follow up for the basket. Good anticipation by Fitch, and Fitch gets the layup. Here come the Tigers, and now we're going to see the reserves coming in. Although it doesn't look like Sam Lawrence will be one of them. Here's Dominic, and that probably will be Carson's last basket of the night. And he makes that maybe his easiest one with an easy layup. 59-23 on the Dominic basket. Mansfield to make wholesale substitutions at the next whistle. And driving in, but missing the shot was Fitch. Put that up a little high. And there's a ball batted up by Bellows. Canton's not quitting. Night has not been their night, but there's no quitting this Canton team. They're trying as hard as they can. But right in for the layup. And there's a whistle for, now there's going to be a stoppage to bring in the substitutions. And there should be a great hand for Carson Dominic and the Mansfield starters as they leave the court. Although I guess a loud round of applause than I thought was just a smattering, as a lot of the fans didn't see the guys come off the court there. But the reserves are in the game right now, and we'll play out the final 5:30. Here goes Allen. Allen moving nice in on Hare, and Austin Allen catching fire here in quarter number 4. Andy Hermanson back over to Talon D'Angelo. Back over to Tayton Strange. Strange works it back over to D'Angelo. Back over to Strange. Here's Hermanson. Hermanson thought about shooting it, doesn't. Back over to D'Angelo. D'Angelo works it back to Strange. Strange thought about the three, doesn't take it. Nice ball movement, but nobody putting up a shot yet from this group of players. There goes Hermanson. Andy, who had those 2 great foul shots, those pressurized foul shots in the Athens game a week ago, gets that layup to fall. There's another one by Austin Allen. Too little, too late, but Austin Allen firing in a couple fourth quarter baskets here. He's got 9. 9 of the 27 points. Here is Talon D'Angelo. Back over to Hermanson to Strange. Tayton into the motion, but he pulls up on his jump shot. Back to D'Angelo, 3:58 to go. They tried to feed Krzyzewski, but the pass for Cade broken up. And they're ahead of the pack in scoring is Ben Fitch, and he's fouled by Jason Hare. That's his first foul, and chance for a 3-point play. Substitutes coming back in. And a nice hand for some of the choice seniors as they leave the court for presumably the final time tonight. It won't be the final time, as they will be in action. Canton's in the 2A playoffs. They have to go to Northwest next week, and that's not going to be a picnic going over to Shikshini and playing the Northwest Rangers. They're the number 2 seed, but their season is not over. They'll have a 2A playoff game next week as well, and I believe it is at Northwest High School in Shikshini. Above Berwick there on Route 11. See, we can even tell you how to get there. Here's Hermanson. His pass ticked away. Ticked away nicely by Wesley Castle. And running and getting the basket is Fitch. He's got 9, and it's 63-31. Nice fourth quarter. D'Angelo. Patrick over to Patrick Humans. Humans right underneath. Humans back to D'Angelo. Or Strange, I should say, not D'Angelo. Now D'Angelo has it. Back into Hare. Hare backs his man down, and Jason can't score, but he gets his own rebound. Can't get that to go. A third shot he can't get to go, but he's going to get his second foul, though. But good hustle. It does result in his second foul, but certainly with Jason's size, whomever is coaching North Penn Mansfield next year, will be counting on Jason Hare as a big body in the middle, along with Cade Krajewski. And they're running the court and scoring nicely. Brackman gets the basket, 63-33. Well, it looks like we're going to have a Wellsboro-Mansfield matchup. Wellsboro now way ahead of Sayre, 46-24 in the third quarter. So they're up by 22. And that's the way it should be. You want that Showdown trophy? It's got to go to the top two teams in the NTL this season. And we're going to have a foul call as Andy Hermanson will head to the line. I thought Sayre might put up a game tonight playing at home. But Wellsboro's a good team. Coach Adams gets everything he can out of that roster. And they will be ready for a war on Saturday night for that Showdown trophy. Could they have a war number 4 in the districts? Why not? That remains to be seen, but they could be on a collision course. Hermanson's second shot. And Andy hits another one, a heck of a foul shooter. 65-33, 1:20 to go. Remember, 20% off tomorrow and later tonight if you got the munchies at your Mansfield Pizza Hut. Dine in and carry out. Just say you saw it on Blue Ridge or the Mansfield streaming service, and they'll deduct 20% off of your bill. Ball out of bounds. And Strange gets the ball. Back over to Hermanson. And right now, by our count, Dominic and Canton are even at 33 apiece. And there's a shot that goes up and a foul there. And with the clock running, the foul shots will be taken. And they'll be taken by Lancer out. Well, we'll shoot. They do stop it with 34-4 to play. For the foul shot, and Rout's foul shot puts him on the board. Nice to see. Canton didn't quit in this game. The Tigers were just as crisp as can be after that week off. The two teams hustle for the rebound there. Braden Roman did a nice job. 50-24 now. Wellsboro over Sayre late in the third quarter, 50-24. Three-point shot taken and not getting it to go, but the rebound comes back to Hare. Hare into the front court, and the clock's going to run down on game 1 of the NTL Showdown. And North Penn Mansfield, they pick up 4 in a dominant performance tonight. Final scoring totals for Canton: 3 points for Hunter Brackman, 2 points for Weston Bells, 9 for Austin Allen, 9 for Ben Fitch, 8 for Kyle Kopacek. For Mansfield, 8 points for Andrew Green, 9 points for Brody Burley, 4 points for Andrew Hermanson, 8 points for Alex Davis, 3 points for Cooper Shaw, and oh, by the way, 33 points for Carson Dominic. So Mansfield, the dominator, was dominating tonight. Carson picks up 33. Canton scored 34, and Mansfield has the victory they were looking for. And good sportsmanship there. The Canton faithful giving a nice round of applause to their young men as they leave the court. As we say, that's not the final game for Canton. They'll be at Northwest next week. But for Mansfield, another game coming your way on Saturday night when they head to Mansfield University to meet, it certainly looks like, the Hornets of Wellsboro. And just one more reminder, we'll be back with you next week. We're not sure of the night when the PIAA will have it set, but it will be North Penn Mansfield and against Hughesville in the district quarterfinal round of the playoffs on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network. For Brian Cunningham, for the hardest working man in show business, Jason Fletcher, this is Chris Vaughn, thanking you for allowing Blue Ridge Cable Television to be a part of your Thursday night viewing pleasure. We'll catch you next week. Good night, everyone.